Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to part 2 of my Challenger World Series featuring my Ren. We left off at the end of the last part, just kind of going through some of the events, and now I'm going to be focusing on actually working on the Ren. We're going to try to wrap it up a little bit, because I just was mostly going through some of the events before, but right now I'm going to try to focus on leveling up as fast as possible so that I can get some more points, get some more of the rewards, and try to get started on the development of this character. One of the first things I wanted to talk about was actually the winter countdown. At the end of the last part, I showed that I took this strawberry farm ticket, and there are a lot of really strong rewards here. This is like a jumpstart into the Challenger world that was designed from the previous event. I will be trying to make the most out of this winter countdown, but for anyone who doesn't have access to this, you'll be absolutely fine without it anyway. The first thing that I wanted to use was this event selector coupon. These event rings are going to be some of the main forms of damage for us in the early game. We get one from this winter cooldown, and we get another event ring from just creating the Hyperburn Max character. You guys can see here, the Eternal Flame ring. So pretty much from starting, I will have 2 event rings from the get-go. And from my understanding, there are so many ways to get event rings throughout this entire event. So don't worry about missing out on any of these. There's so many ways to get them. So from this event ring coupon, I'm going to be taking the Glory Guard ring. I believe this is one of the better ones. I think the main 3 you want to pick are the Glory Guard, Awake, and the Tenebrous ring. The Eternal Flame ring is also fantastic as well. This has, I think, the same stats. With these 2 event rings, they do give quite a lot of damage. Just to finish up my event rings, I do get a free legendary pot scroll here from the Winter Countdown, which I will use as well. This will go on to the Glory Guard ring because it's only a rare. And from here, I'm going to be using again the Winter Countdown for these extra event cubes. And I'm going to see what I can roll here. I don't have that much money, so I think I might just have to take probably the first nice line that I see. I'm not going to be too fussed about getting item drop rate and meso obtained right now. I think, well, unless it comes like this, I guess. These are lines that you might want to consider keeping in the early game. Item drop is not like super strong early on, but it does kind of add up once you get more accessories. It also came with a little bit of all stats, so I'm just going to keep it. I do have a few more, and I will be putting it on the other event ring here. This class does, I believe, use strength, so I'm going to use just a few cubes to see if I can roll maybe 6 or 9% strength here. And there we go, we got 6% all stat, just a little bit of extra damage, and we'll leave that there for now. So the next thing that I'm going to try to do here on this character is to try to get it to level 215, just so that I can start Yum Yum Island. I'm going to go into the cash shop and grab some Monster Park tickets. I am still about half an hour before the reset, so I can get my 7 Monster Park runs in just a little bit early here. I don't think that I'll be able to level up much more in the next half an hour or so, so I'm just going to run my 7 Monster Parks now. Make sure you guys also start the quest here. I think we will be able to probably get the Monster Parker medal by the end of the event, so make sure you guys do that here. As you guys can see there, just for finishing 1 Monster Park run, it seemed to give me about like 15%. So if you guys are planning to be mostly a daily player and you're not really going to be trying hard in this server too much, I do recommend putting some points into the Monster Park Clear EXP. It gives you very good value throughout the course of the event, for sure. Took me about 3 minutes to run that run, so yeah, I guess I'll be here for another 20 minutes to just try to get these last runs in. And yeah, it does look like I will be level 215 by the end of this. There we go, we just hit level 215. Now, before I go in and continue doing my Monster Park runs, I realized that I didn't really claim a lot of the rewards along the way. I was literally just speaking about the event rings, and I realized that there was one right here as well. So we actually start off basically with 3 event rings, which is actually quite huge. I also get the level 10 symbol that I didn't claim, and another 200 node stones. They also gave us another 50 of these event ring cubes. These are pretty good to reroll our lines later. Make sure to claim everything here. You don't really necessarily need to rush claiming everything, but that's fine. I also didn't realize that it came with a Burning Boss accessory set. So other than the burning gear that I'm currently using, I don't have anything else except for some of the event rings. So I really should have started claiming these rewards a lot earlier, so I do apologize if you guys saw the first part and were telling me off for it. I didn't even realize we had these. There's so many rewards here, guys, in this event. It's actually ridiculous. Alright, we get an eye accessory here, which is nice. We get a face accessory, earrings, yet another ring that we can use for the time being, a belt, and a badge. This saves us quite a lot of effort, for sure. And as I'm sure as we get more and more rewards, they'll just keep giving us more and more things. As I can already see here, level 220, we'll get ourselves a second pendant, because right now we don't even have one outside of the prepared pendant. We get another 200 node stones at level 215. I won't claim these black flames just yet because we don't have any items that we can really use the black flames on. I'm not going to open the node stones just yet because I haven't even figured out my boost nodes. I'm a complete mess right now, to be quite honest, because yeah, there's just so many things going on. I will claim this event ring just so then we can get a third ring in. I won't even cube it just now because I really want to finish up my Monster Park runs. But hey, at least we get a little bit more damage here. Our combat power, slowly climbing. We're at 1.2 mil now. Alright, back to Monster Park. And there we go, we finished up our 7 Monster Park runs with about 15 minutes to spare before the reset. Again, I wasn't really expecting to be in the server before reset, so I'm actually a little bit at a loss of what to do, because I don't really want to stress too much about making the most of, you know, the first day, technically the day before the reset. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up just doing things like my dailies. I also have a few weeklies that I could do regarding the Arcane River, which will give us a little bit of extra symbols as well. There's also a few daily bosses I don't mind doing because Meso is going to be a little bit of an issue for us in general. So let's see how long it takes us to get through these dailies. I just need to kill 500 in Choo Choo and then 300 in Vanishing Journey. Actually, on second thought, now that I've been here for a little bit, I think I actually prefer to get the Meso from daily bosses, more so than trying to get these symbols. I think the symbols are so fast nowadays that maybe it's not that bad to miss just the first day. So I'm going to try to go ahead and do as many of these daily bosses as I can to get a bit of money. I think the Meso will definitely add up, and hopefully this will help us with the very early game. I don't know how strong my character is going to be at the beginning, so maybe these things aren't even clearable, but just extra Meso will always be nice. It is very nice that we don't need to worry about our accessories or any drops because the Burning Box gave us all these amazing gear already, so yeah, let's just go in and mostly do this for the money. In this run, I'm going to see what exactly the Ren skills are. I realized that this entire time I've just been using the basic attack skill, so I had a quick look to see what my new 5th job skills are. I put a lot of them onto a sequence and let's have a see what they look like. I'll say it's very aesthetic. This class is extremely pretty. And I'm really glad that I actually used my 5th job skills because Papulatus is not exactly the squishiest boss, that's for sure. Maybe I would have had a little bit of issues clearing this boss without my 5th job skills. And there we go. As much as I would like to place importance on Meso, I don't think that it is necessarily mandatory to run through as many bosses as I am at the moment, but it is just easy money. I think the only real important boss that we need to run is probably this one here, Arcarium, because he does give us a chance of getting a Dominator Pendant. A real Dominator Pendant early on will always be nice, and as of right now I only have one pendant anyway, so if we can get ourselves even a Mechanator Pendant, it'll be a pretty nice upgrade for us. And there we go, we managed to get ourselves a Mechanator Pendant, giving us just a little bit of extra damage here. And wow, mine even came with an okay flame. I got 42 strength and 4 attack. Pretty good. The other boss that I think that we should probably try to do as often as possible is Pink Bean. For normal Pink Bean, he does have a chance of dropping the cup, which is something that we don't currently have. We don't have a pocket item yet. So getting the cup will be kind of nice. And if we get a Black Bean mark, that's also fine. The black bean mark is a pretty rare drop when it comes to normal pink bean though, so I'm not going to consider that as part of like standard progression. No cup here, but that's okay. Another thing that's quite nice about pink bean and these daily bosses, there are some recipes that are actually kind of relevant to our progression. We might not be able to see them early on, but we do want to try to get wealth acquisition potions later on. I do plan on trying to farm on this character, and wealth acquisition potions are pretty key for us to make a decent amount of meso. I do have the choice of starting the Root Abyss bosses as well, but I believe these have a cutscene, so I don't think I'll have enough time to go through them anyway. Before we go ahead and do anything, let's sell these crystals, because might as well. We now have 75 mil, which is, you know, that's decent. And just to round things off, again, 5 minutes left before the reset. I want to see if I can get my Vanishing Journey dailies in. I might not be able to fit the choo-choo ones because 500 mobs might take me a bit of time. But Vanishing Journey only being 300 should be enough time for me to finish it in a few minutes. And now that's done. Finished our 300 mobs here in Vanishing Journey. And this will give us another 20 symbols. Now from here, I'm going to have a look to see what else we need to get started, because I didn't even get through all of the events just yet. Once the reset happens, we're going to try to get as many levels as we can before doing any of our dailies, because the dailies are always going to be there. I would like to see how I can best utilize some of these rewards. I don't know what any of these things are really, so I'm just going to start accepting all of these quests. My understanding of the Arcane Seal is that this is like an extra set of stats that we can get. I'm not going to talk too much about this Arcane Seal until I have a better understanding of it. Ideally, I would have liked to have done the 1000 mobs here for the Challenger World, because we do miss out on, you know, some amount of points. But given the fact that this Challenger World is actually quite long, I think it lasts for at least 3 to 5 months, I think. And it looks like a bulk of the points are within the level up missions and within clearing the bosses. I think just knowing that means that for me, I'm not going to particularly fuss about missing out on day 1 here, or technically day 0. Just wanted to talk about this event that for some reason I couldn't start before. For whatever reason, I can use it now. Before it said that I couldn't interact with this because I didn't create a Ren character, but I must have accepted something on the other quest to be able to do this. So now we have access to all of the Ren specific things. Looks like we get another pet here. And we get another unit damage skin. So it looks mostly cosmetic as far as I can tell, which is kind of nice. And we're all just kind of waiting around here. We're about to see the daily reset. All the things that I just did in the last 10 or so minutes will be refreshed very soon. I'm not going to run straight into the dailies. I want to have a look to see what other things I need to do to get started on Challenger World. Now is like the official start of Challenger World, and I already know what the first thing I want to do is. I want this character to be as strong as possible, as early as possible, and some of the accessories are not very good. I'm looking mostly at the Iron Face accessory here. These Zakum accessories, they're alright. They'll get me started here, but the main downside of these two items is that you can only Star Force them to 8 and 10 respectively, right? So they are on the weaker side. So let's look into what I think should be what a lot of people are going to be aiming for. And in my opinion, one of the best ways to replace the eye and face accessory is by doing some of my favorite content in the game, actually. If I can find it. Commerci. They recently added a skip to the quest. So if you've ever finished the entire quest line, which I did many years ago on my original account, you'll be able to pass through all of it and start doing Commerci immediately. Which is very, very convenient for me. And the nice thing about this too is you get all the rewards along the way, and I don't know if you guys knew this, if you finish the entire quest line, I think you get an epic pot scroll. Never mind, they didn't give me an epic pot scroll. I'm a little bit sad. Must have been something else. I thought that you got an epic pot scroll. I was wrong. We do get all the Commerci equipment, that's fine. We're probably not going to be using the Commerci equipment. So what we want to try to do is we want to start doing Commerci here. So to begin doing Commerci, you don't actually have to do very much of the pre-quest. I know I skipped through the entire thing, but all you need to do is to be able to start this one. Get rich quick. The NPC will give you a few coins to get started. We got 10 here. And we just need to do a couple of quests here and complete some voyages. The whole idea here is once you get far enough, you'll be able to access something called Commerci PQ, which gives you even more coins every day. And with these coins, we're going to be able to buy our Sweetwater gear. The Sweetwater Tattoo and Sweetwater Monocle are probably going to be our chase items here, because they can be Star Force past 15, and Star Forcing past 15 gives us a fair amount of attack. These items here are very strong, and they are very consistent. All you have to do to get these items is just to remember to do your voyages each day. It takes about 10 minutes each day, and then maybe 5 to 10 minutes to do Commerci PQ. I know a lot of people aren't exactly enamored by this content because it is a little bit boring, but I think just given how consistent it is and how easy it is to do, it is definitely worthwhile in my opinion. So I'm going to spend some time here just to finish up this Commerci voyage. I don't do anything fancy, I'm just trying to unlock Commerci PQ at this point. It took me a little bit of time, but I eventually got all of my Commerci voyages done here. You can see here my energy is now at 5, so I can't even do a Dolce run here. But tomorrow I'll be able to do another 4 runs of Rosa and unlock Commerci PQ. And hopefully there'll be enough people around doing Commerci PQ, so then we'll be able to get our accessories. So even after just the 1 day here, I managed to get 49 coins. And I think if we do 10 Dolces a day, which is what I'm planning to do, plus 3 runs of Commerci PQ, it will take us about 5 days for each of these items, which will be quite nice. So I'm looking forward to being able to get some better accessories. I won't be able to upgrade it just yet, but I think just getting my hands on those and just being ready for it will be really nice. While I was on the CPQ boat though, I realized that I haven't accepted a lot of different things. This was one of them here, the Challenger Pass. Now the Challenger Pass gives us quite a lot of free resources, but the bulk of the good stuff is definitely parked behind this paywall. I think that these rewards are very worthwhile paying for if you guys decide to pay for it. I think it's like reasonably affordable compared to some of the other things in this event. And yeah, I think if you are able to clear a lot of these things to get some more points, you get a lot of rewards for it. Speaking of another thing that you can pay for, we have a new item here called the Genesis Pass. Now this thing is insane. It allows you to be able to liberate 3 times faster, as you guys can see here. It takes a minimum of 11 weeks usually, and it'll be cut down to about 4 weeks. There's a lot of other benefits to this. I won't go through it in too much detail, but I do plan on buying this Genesis Pass as well on this character once I can actually make use out of it. Right now my character is nowhere near strong enough to even start building up points, but once I can, as soon as I can get any points, I will be buying this Genesis Pass to be able to liberate faster. The Genesis weapon is extremely powerful, and it is definitely my end goal to be able to liberate on this Ren. All of that though is like still pretty far away to work on. Let's work on something a little bit more attainable. We have this item burn. So now that we're kind of in full swing of the new reset here, I do want to see if I can clear just Zachem here. The only thing that I'll need to do is actually need to fix up my boost nodes. So I haven't done anything here, as you guys can see. So I'm going to spend maybe like 5 to 10 minutes trying to figure out my boost nodes. I'll have a look around on the Ren Discord and try to figure out what we need to keep. And yeah, let's fix this up first. We have so many nodes from the event, and let's see if we can try to do C-Zac. Again, I don't really know how to play this character, so I'm just gonna probably wing it for the first couple of episodes until either I find out how to play it or I get taught how to play it. But I think these nodes should be good enough for me to be able to do at least C-Zac and get the first mission done. So let's go ahead and go into Chaos Zachem and see if we can get the clear. Once we get the clear, we get a little bit of a bonus on our Challenger gear here. I am going into this boss pretty naked. I don't have that many buffs on at the moment. So hopefully it'll be okay still. As long as I don't get killed, it should be okay, I think. Let's see how it goes. At a glance, it looks like my damage should be more than enough. But the problem is I killed all the arms at the same time. And I don't know if you guys are aware, when Zachem has missing arms, it starts to hurt a lot more. I also took a little bit of time to adjust my webcam a little bit. I realized that it was a little bit high up, so you couldn't see the HP buff in full. And also you can't currently see the percentage of the HP as well, so I will have to do some adjustments soon. Oh, and there we go. We managed to get the Chaos Zachem clear. wasn't too bad. I think the damage was absolutely fine. The main issue for that fight was Ren's attacks pretty much hit everything, so all of the arms kind of got killed immediately, which put him into this like weird state where you can't really hit him for a little bit, but he can still hit you, which is really annoying. But yeah, that's okay. We'll be able to upgrade all of the gear very slightly. I'm not really sure what it changes. I think it's just the flames here, but we'll take it. It's just extra damage as we go along. Now, given the pacing of that particular run, I think that the next boss is also quite clearable. I haven't started the pre-quest for this just yet, but I think we will be able to attempt Chaos Root Abyss. Chaos Root Abyss, I think, is a really natural progression for most characters after CZAC anyway, but we really want to get this C-Vel clear because, again, we get some more stats. So let's go ahead and start by doing the pre-quest for Chaos Root Abyss here. I don't know if we can skip it. Oh, we can skip it. Nice. I don't remember it being able to be skippable, to be honest. Maybe I could have done some of these bosses yesterday for the reset, because they are nice crystals to still get. So now that we have these unlocked, let's just go give them a try. I kind of want to just go straight into C-Vel and just see how it goes. There's a lot of bosses that we can do here, guys, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So let's give it a go at the next item burning mission here. Try to clear Chaos Vellum. Now, realistically, I think a lot of people would often damage test or try out some of the other bosses first, but just given the pacing that I had in Chaos Zachem, I think I should be able to clear C-Vel. Let's see how it goes. I also just realized in that moment how strong of a character, I guess, Ren is. I don't take full damage from any of these attacks. I just wanted to have a look here. I want to let him jump on me here. I can survive these skills. That is crazy strong for these early bosses. I was kind of surprised it didn't die, but I remember that this character has like damage reduction for its Link skill or something like that. It is crazy good. Alright, enough fooling around here. I think my burst should be pretty much good to go. And there we go. Managed to get the clear on C-Vel as well. That was actually pretty satisfying to play this class, I'd say. The animations are just beautiful. You can see it has its own background. This tree here. All the attack animations are just fantastic. I think overall, the movement as well, the class feels pretty clean. I did have a little bit of trouble realizing which way my character was going because you have a backwards and a forwards dash that you can't use if the other one is open, unless I'm just playing the class wrong. Overall though, I'm definitely enjoying the class. That was really nice, and what a way to showcase it too. Like getting the C-Vel clear, and this being my stats here. I think my main concern is actually the crit rate here. My crit rate at the moment is only 80%, but I am going in with mostly no buffs. If you guys are familiar with some of the other buffs that you can buy in the game, I didn't actually touch any of these buffs because honestly, I kind of just got excited and just ran into the bosses here. But moving forward, I will try to remember to use some more of the resources available to us. So this quest here, the Collector's Quest, will allow you to have access to a bunch of new pots here. These are going to be a big reason for us to be able to clear certain bosses. So if you guys haven't got this started, probably you should get this started. It gives a lot of damage. And then once we finish that little pre-quest here, just teleports you around a little bit, you should be able to access it through here. Yeah. We can buy this Serum's Elixir, gives us plenty of really powerful stats to get attack percentage, boss damage, crit rate, all the good stuff. If I use this on my Ren, I would definitely be at 100% crit rate, which is really nice. We also have this extra pot here. We just call it the door pot. If you die, then you just don't lose a life. You just heal back to full. We also have this new Collector's Elixir. It's a bit more expensive, but it does give quite a lot of attack. It gives 100 attack, 30 all stat, plus level 2 into your skills, which is pretty important as well. Yeah, all these consumables I do highly recommend if you need the damage to clear certain content. But for me, we managed to clear C-Vel and CZAC. This allows us to also sell our crystals here. Look at that, 200 mil basically. Building up our stack here a little bit. We definitely want to have as much money as we can. Thankfully, they gave us a lot of items that don't really need that much upgrading. I mean, certain things probably should be upgraded, like the emblem and the secondary ideally would be upgraded a little bit, but I'm not going to touch either of those until I really do need the damage, and as of right now, it seems like I can clear a decent amount of the content without making too many gains. Speaking of gains though, we might as well hand in the next part of our item burning. We got our CW clear here, and now our equipment gets just that bit stronger as well. The challenger gear is going to be a crucial part in our progression, like I've mentioned multiple times. This is going to be the main reason why we can attempt a lot of the bosses. And the next one that we need to get to is Chaos Papillatus. Now, I'm not going to go straight into it like before. Well, I can't really clear the mission anyway because I'm not level 220 yet. But I think that he is going to be a bit more of a challenge than CW. I don't know if I have the damage to do it within a short amount of time, and I get the feeling I might actually die out in the boss. So I'm going to be a bit patient here. I do have like a whole week to clear all these bosses, so we're in no rush at all. After clearing the 2 weekly bosses, we managed to get a couple of coins here. So we got some points for the actual clear, and then some coins that we can use in the challenger shop. Also, make sure that you do hand in this 1000 mobs a day if you do end up grinding. The main reason why you want these coins is they do give you quite a lot of good stuff. They give us 3x coupons, which are amazing if you want to grind. There's a bunch of cubes here that really help us because we don't really have much meso in this server. So if you need to reroll anything, you could also opt to spend your coins on these cubes. We have epic pot scrolls, which are nice if you want to work on new items, and yeah, just fantastic stuff in this shop. I will say that I would discourage people buying this 17-star scroll. It does sound pretty good on paper, but just looking at the ratio of how much it costs versus how much you can possibly buy, I would probably say don't look to buy this. It's not really worth the coins, in my opinion. Moving on from that, we have a few goals here today. I would like to try to level up a little bit faster. I'm currently level 215, which is not really high at the moment. And the reason for that is because I really wanted to use the strawberry farm tickets. And I actually misread, I misunderstood how this Sands of Times works. I thought you got 1 Sands every 10,000. No, I just didn't read correctly. You get 1 Sands of Time every 1,000 mobs that you kill. So I've already gotten about 1,000 mobs here, and I've gotten 1 Sands of Time, which allows me to get 400 of this currency, Evernium. Advernium? I'm not sure. And with these coins, I'll be able to buy the strawberry farm tickets, and we can buy up to 5 of these a week. I don't think we will need to buy more than the first set of 5. After you hit level about 220, 225, these things become a lot less valuable. So right now, because I've done 1,000 mobs, I'm just going to buy 2 of them right now and run off and do 2 sets of strawberry farms. So we finished up those 2 strawberry farm tickets that we had, and we're pretty close to leveling up to 225 actually. I think that if I do 1 more strawberry farm, I should be able to level up. And yeah, so that'll mean that I have to go grind maybe another 1,000 or so mobs. So we already hit level 215. I probably should have done this a bit earlier to unlock Yum Yum. This way, then when we do our CW2 dailies, we'll be able to get max symbols. And then, of course, we can go over to Lachlin as well. This level milestone, I'm actually pretty happy to get to, because at level 220 for our hyper burning, well, of course, we get another symbol here. We get another little 10. But we also get this pendant. This pendant is just going to be better than the current one that we're using, which is the main reason why I'm happy. My current pendant is the Mechanator that we got from Arcarium just before, so now we can get a 15-star Dominator pendant here. It's not the best item for sure, because it's still, again, it has the 15-star issue. It doesn't get any extra attack, but it's a free item here, and we get a decent amount of stat. We also get 6% crit rate, which is kind of nice. We might not be able to see a real Dominator pendant for pretty much the rest of the time we spend here. The drop rate is quite low, and our drop rate is not very high. This will give us a decent amount of combat power. Let's have a quick look here. We are sitting at 1.8 mil by the end of 220. So to wrap up this part, I'm going to go ahead and clear some more of my dailies. This will give me some more mob kills to get some more sand. And then with the sand, I will probably trade it in for some more strawberry farm tickets, just so that I can get to 225. There's no particular reason why I'm going for 225. I just feel like the strawberry farm tickets are just better used early, and I might as well take advantage of that. So It's probably going to take me like anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes to finish up these dailies. So I'll see you guys afterwards. Alright, just finished up the dailies here. Can hand these all in and we'll get a bunch of EXP here. And wow, with actually just handing in the dailies, I managed to level up to 225. That was a pleasant surprise. Maybe I don't really need to use the strawberry farms. I don't really like the idea of doing strawberry farm that many times, I'll be honest. I know that it's like good EXP, but yeah, I'm not gonna force myself to do that. Right, let's go and unlock the 2 to 25 rewards here. We get ourselves a level 10 symbol as usual. We get another 200 node stones. And we also get a bunch of miracle circulators. The miracle circulators are actually like reasonably good value here, because I don't think it's that hard to roll for at least a unique IA. I'll do that in just a second. Let's go ahead and use our rewards here, which unfortunately also means that I need to add Arcana into my dailies rotation. And I gotta do another 500 mobs, but that's okay. Along the way, we managed to get ourselves another sand. I usually don't like telling people to do their IA off event, but it is actually like reasonably cheap to try to roll for unique, hopefully. I don't know how I'm already at almost 300k honor, but I don't think that honor is going to be too much of an issue in this server, to be quite honest. I think on, I was gonna say, I think on Sundays, there can be a chance to get you a 50% off event for IA. I wouldn't recommend rolling IA to legendary manually. I would recommend using these legendary circulators, or these miracle circulators. So we get 10 of them from this event here. Let's see if we're able to get to legendary. There are some like pretty nice lines on legendary that we could go for here. Do pardon me for... Oh, wow, that was really fast. I was gonna say, do pardon the lag here. I do not have my current VPN on to ease up the lag, so you might see a pretty big delay when it comes to a lot of the things I'm doing. Now, from my understanding with this class, I think I'm going for some boss damage on the top line and attack on the second line. I'm probably just gonna take whatever looks good, to be honest. Let's have a look here. The buff duration, I don't know if it's good, but I kind of like the item drop. Alright, last miracle circulator, and we got buff duration again. I'm just gonna keep the 10% item drop so I can cope on it. And yeah, that'll be it for this part. Wow, part 2 done already, and still so much more to go. It's only been an hour and a half after reset, and I still feel like I just have way too many things to do. We managed to get a couple of our bosses done here for our item burning. Our next item burning boss we need to do is Papulatus. We actually have the levels now, and I think I'm a little bit more confident with the damage. The symbols add a lot of damage, and we got another 200 node stones from our hyper burning max. Other than that, I'm going to try to be consistent with the Sands of Time. I would like to just fill this as often as possible, so then we can use more things out of this shop. I don't really know exactly what I want to buy out of the shop straight up, but it does feel like they give you a lot of coins to work with, and I would really like to clear just more bosses as fast as possible. But yeah, that'll be it for this part, guys. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please do give the videos a like. It helps me out a lot. And if you would like to see more from me, please consider subscribing to the channel. Take care, guys. I'll see you guys again for part 3.